When it comes to relationships, no two relationships are alike because no two people are alike, right? How you came together, how you manage conflict, how you communicate, what your friendship looks like, look different in every relationship because we're all different, and what works for some couples does not work for other couples and vice versa. But there is one thing that is universal, no matter your age, no matter your background, no matter your race, that researchers have shown that if you can create this one thing in your relationship, your sense of fulfillment and the chances your marriage goes the distance greatly increase. That one thing is what I want to talk about today on Relationshots. Hey, welcome to Relationshots. If this is your first time, welcome to the place to get practical relationship advice that actually works in your relationship. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell notification if you haven't already done so. If you want a free guide to intimacy, you'll see a link in the description area below. Look at if you need a community, and I believe that every couple needs healthy community to engage in. Our marriage membership is a place for you. You can get all kinds of information in the links below as well. So let's talk about the glue that keeps couples together, something that experts call shared meaning. Shared meaning is simply rituals, roles, symbols, language, things that couples have that create connection and a feeling of shared meaning within the relationship. If you have a good friend where you guys have inside jokes, or maybe you like to quote lines from movies, or you can say the name or a place or a word, and within that word is contained a whole story that you both know, you understand what shared meaning is all about. And those are the things that connect people together. So if you want a relationship that goes the distance, you need to create shared meaning in that relationship. That becomes the glue and the connection that keeps you guys together. And so what I want to do in this video is I just want to give you 3 ways practically that you can create shared meaning in your relationship. And if you do this, I promise you, the connection will increase and your chances based on research of having a marriage that goes the distance goes through the roof. So the first idea I have on how to create shared meaning is, number 1 is create a shared vision for your marriage. Couples that have a shared vision, that have the bigger picture in mind, are not as easily swayed by the ups and downs of everyday marriage. When you don't have a bigger picture focus, it's easy to get caught up in the ups and downs of everyday life and over-exaggerate or give too much meaning to the highs and lows of those little seasons. But when couples have a bigger focus, they're able to actually keep the little things in perspective and keep those little things from becoming exaggerated in a relationship. Couples that don't have that vision often tend to get caught up on the little things. They major in the minors. They focus on the things that are not as important, and they allow those things to sway how they feel about the relationship and how they view their marriage. So having a grander vision means we both have a destination in mind. We may not always agree on the exact way to get there, but we have the destination in mind. And what that allows us to do is keep the focus in the future and not get stuck on the day-to-day stuff that can cause us to ebb and flow in the relationship and evaluate whether we feel like the relationship is good or bad on how we're feeling in the moment. So a vision gives you a broader perspective and prevents you from getting caught up on the little things. Idea number 2 is to maintain daily and weekly rituals. So what you want to have in your relationship as you create shared meaning is some daily rhythms, some weekly rhythms, some rituals that you continue to engage in, because those things will increase our connection in the relationship. So maybe that's a weekly date night that you know you've got on the calendar. It's something you look forward to. It's something you know is going to be there. Maybe it's a daily sharing your high and low for the day, with something that you normally do that has become a ritual that has symbolism and meaning around it, which keeps you connected in the relationship. Without these rituals, what we tend to do is we allow the relationship just to free flow and lead wherever it wants to lead. But what you do when you maintain daily and weekly rituals is you are determining what is important for your relationship. You're creating regular moments where there can be shared meaning, where there can be shared connection, and ultimately that keeps us connected in a relationship, as opposed to letting everything else in the world get in the way of what we're trying to do in a relationship. And that lack of intentionality will ultimately lead to disconnection in the relationship. A third idea is for the two of you to achieve goals and dreams together. And the idea behind this is that when you are moving towards something and you can measure that by checking off the to-do list on certain goals, you create shared meaning. You feel like there's progress being made in a relationship. If you're wandering aimlessly, there's no way to properly evaluate and measure the relationship. So maybe one of your shared goals is we want to have dinner together as a family because we believe in what that creates. We want us to be connected. We want to purposefully engage with one another. And so as you have dinner together as a family, you probably aren't literally, but in essence, metaphorically, checking off some of your to-do list and your goals. So maybe for you, it's taking vacations together. Maybe for you, it's having a side hustle or investing in real estate. Or maybe for you, it's serving others or giving to others. But as you achieve goals, it feels like your relationship is accomplishing things and you're moving towards the end result, which may be like we talked about in number one, having a vision for your marriage. But when you achieve goals together, you feel good about the relationship. You feel good about where the relationship is going. And you are creating a moment of what you have determined is success in the relationship, which then allows you to view those moments of success against some of the other moments, conflict, then when things don't go well, disappointments, frustrations, and you can view those in the context of where you're also having success as well. Couples who don't have shared goals are not seeing achievement in those goals and are only focused on the things in the relationship that are not going right will eventually get to a place where they view the whole relationship in a negative light and wonder why they're in this relationship. There's a truth that says this, that if the relational pain of your relationship becomes greater than the relational purpose, you'll want to get out of the relationship. Let me say that again. If your relational pain becomes greater than your relational purpose, you will often want to get out of the relationship. And so shared meaning is the extra purpose we have to stay together, to stay connected. That's why when I hear couples say, well, we're only together for the kids, like it's a bad thing. Hold on a minute. I'm not saying that's the only reason, but being together for the kids is shared meaning. We have a purposeful goal. We share in that goal. We both have the same vision, which is we want to provide an atmosphere with mom and dad both in the house because we believe that's the best environment for a kid to be raised in. That's a good thing. That's called shared meaning. Now, I don't want you only to be together for the kids. I would like you to be together for the kids and for a myriad of other purposes for which you guys have agreed in the relationship. But shared meaning is the glue based on relationship or research that will keep couples together, that couples will view their relationship as fulfilling and successful. So if you want a relationship that goes to distance, you need to create shared meaning in your relationship. So I love to hear some of the rituals you have, some of the roles, some of the symbols, some of the language that is unique to your relationship that fuels your connection. Drop a comment below. Maybe we can get some ideas from you. Again, if there's anything we can do to help you and support you in your relationship, we'd love to walk with you on that journey, whether it's a class, our membership, other free resources we have. We want you to have a strong, thriving relationship, and we'd love to help you get there. Until next time, I'll see you right back here on Relation Shots.